Hey everyone. Okay, let's get on into this forecast for July, my whole birthday month. um, so this is timeless though, as all my readings and forecasts are. So what that means, if you're new here, is that even if you see this at a time that is not July, you could still use it. What you can do is go down to the timestamps in the description box, and you can listen to the overall reading for the month and apply it to whatever month you're in. Or you could treat it like a pick a card reading and choose, what week you're drawn to. Or if it's the general reading, you could do it that way. Or let's say you're in week 3 of September, you can click on week 3 and just apply it to your time. The reason for this is I give all my readings the intention that if you feel drawn to it, whenever you do see it, then you can get something from it. Remember, this is a general reading, not a personal reading. Take what resonates, release what doesn't. And let's jump on in. This is just coconut water. I like drinking it, and this keeps it cold. Okay. So now I'm going to get into the overall energy for the month, and then I'll get into each week. Sometimes when I hold my pens, I pick up on messages. So before I get into the cards, I just want to see if anything comes through. Okay. First thing I'm hearing is that not all things need to have, I heard not all things need to be magnified. I heard magnified, but what I'm seeing is like a scene from Harry Potter. What I think Spirit is trying to tell me with this is that I do think magic is real. I do think a lot of what we call spell work or magic is, for example, the whimsical version of science. Like, I think that it's like using different languages to explain the same thing. But where this message of not everything needs to be magnified or dramatized comes in is that sometimes, unlike the movies where they may be talking about things that are real things, real concepts that are happening, it's not as theatrical as it is in the movies where it's for entertainment, right? Taking that and applying it to the real world, a lot of the magic or spell work is happening unseen to the eye. So I think that for a lot of people, you may be looking for some sort of extreme result or theatrical change, when the change that is happening is more subtle. Think of like, this is just an example, but think of like when you get a cut and you don't see all the changes happening in a huge major way all at once. It's just a lot of it even subtle while you're sleeping at night, the healing happening, the change happening. And one day you wake up and it's like a new skin there, or a scab or a scar. You get my meaning? Like, so I think what Spirit is trying to say is that July, or whenever you're coming across this, is a time of change that is happening over time with the right choices, if you're taking care of it. And yeah, there is magic happening. It's just not as theatrical, or it's not as entertaining, for example, as a movie would be when it comes to magic and spell work. That's just basically a I don't know, metaphor, analogy that's coming through with the changes for July. July is also a 7 in the calendar that we follow, at least. 7 energy is representation of spiritual awakening, epiphanies, figuring out what you are in alignment with and what you're no longer in alignment with, that kind of a thing. So there may be some shedding happening. If your birthday is in July like mine is, just also, well, any birthday, but really Pay attention to the age you're turning. The numerology of that age will tell you what you can expect from the year as well. It's a message, personal message for you. But also, how you handle, what I'm picking up on is how you handle your emotions is also changing as well. I just glanced over here in my crystal ball not on purpose. And what it looks like to me, I'm still seeing it. I'm trying to figure out the message. Okay, at first it looked like R2-D2 from Star Wars. Is that his name? The robot, the droid. But then it kind of like grew like claws, like crab claws. Okay, thank you, baby. And I don't know if you heard my daughter just yell, your crow friends are here. I have my chromies and my friend Raven, one of my Raven friends, out in the back. We feed them peanuts, so she's probably watching them. So what I feel all of that is your programming is changing. I think those claws I saw that came out of it, on one hand, you have more of a protective layer about you. You snapping, like able to cut things loose faster rather than giving things that are no longer in alignment so much time as you maybe once did before. That's the vibe I'm getting from that message I got. Now let's get into the cards. Oh, the crows. Crows use tools. Crows are highly intelligent. Crows can speak, so can ravens. Very, very intelligent. The difference is, she said your crow friends are here, going off that synchronicity. Crows travel in packs. Ravens travel either alone or maybe in pairs. So I'm not sure which one she saw because she sometimes mixes them up, but because I only heard what she said, I take this as some of your friends group or family or people you keep close in a community setting. I feel honestly maybe resurfacing or changing, like more in alignment with the common or similar like-minded goals that you have in this new version of you. And kid you not, look, kin was what I caught my eye at the bottom. People that are more of a kin to you is a focus for this month. Okay, so now let's see the overall energy for the month. For July, or whenever you see this, they are draining to you is the first message with condition. So the first message coming through is, especially when it comes to this sense of community and like this kin energy, some people you may love, but you can only take in doses, right? Or having them around with certain conditions or boundaries. I think this month or whenever you see it, there's this 33 here, master teacher number of you seeing more clearly. So one, you understand what your limitations are with these, how to handle these groups and people. And also whether or not you allow them access to you at all altogether. Some of you may be feeling like you want more of finding more peace in your solitude or finding more peace in a smaller group or individuals. Like you only being more selective of who you're wanting to spend your time around is a focus this month. And also that extends to, I feel, the online realm, like social media, postings, things like that. Maybe you're doing it less or spending less time online as well. This is because people can still connect to your energy just through images alone, whether you realize it or not. So sometimes part of that peace and protection is pulling back or dialing back or being more selective of that kind of a thing. And if you're more energy sensitive, such as myself, you really feel it. This is why, for example, like people that work in content, it is draining. because I don't think most people realize that when you put yourself out there, people are literally pulling from your energy or projecting to you as well. King of Swords is the other message for this month in general message. And this kind of goes into alignment with this whole concept of mindset change, shifting, or taking your power back in the way of what you're giving your focus to. Being more clear, being more selective, not giving time and energy to the BS, to the shenanigans that are draining to you, and protecting more of your peace on a mental level. Your plans for the future may be changing a little bit as well because of things that you have been putting into motion so far. Okay, so now let's get into each week. Starting with week 1, the first message that I see, I didn't shuffle yet, but my eye was really drawn to it. Week 1, trust your gut, evidence comes later. Trust your gut, the evidence will come later. And in some cases, you are maybe seeing some of the evidence of what your gut told you from before in some cases. But let's see what else comes through. Okay, so week 1. Okay. They are not in love with them is a message. So in some cases, for some people, that's direct. Someone that's coming to your mind, they've fallen out of love with someone. Whether that's of a romantic nature, whether that's of like a friendship group, or maybe even like a hobby or like a collect, if they collect things, something like that. They are no longer having the same passion for something. Again, general reading, so use your knowledge of what's going on in your life and in your intuition to figure out what that is for you. They are not in love with them is the first message. Flip side of that is the message of redemption. You okay, baby? Okay, redemption. Week 1 is focused on this energy of rebirth, rebrand, change, phoenix rising vibes, being brand new, shedding the old skin, and being rebirthed. What, baby? Watch your show, love. Sorry, my daughter. There's no more ice cream. I'm working. Go watch your show, my love. The tower, as she's throwing a fit on the other side of the door. I can't make this stuff up. Synchronicity. Going back to it though. Week 1, when we were talking about this redemption energy and like phoenix vibes and being reborn, sometimes that happens after the destruction, right? Fire is destructive and can be, but it's also cleansing, you know, it. So in this case, that's kind of how I'm seeing it more so. Like you've already been through some of the worst of the worst. There might still be some, what's the word I'm looking for? There might still be some harsh realities that hit or things that feel uncomfortable or difficult to navigate through in week 1. But redemption is still, it's serving a purpose towards redemption is what I'm trying to say. It's helping you to get there. So sometimes you have to fall in order to stand back up and stand back up stronger again. I apologize if you hear background noise. My daughter's playing in the other room. So sometimes people weirdly complain about that sort of thing. But anyway, going into week 2. All right. Exciting job changes. Blessings in disguise. So week 2, some of that crumbling that was happening previously, or maybe you're feeling the remnants of, had to happen because it was a blessing in disguise. What that means is something that felt like a loss or a hurt or a rejection or a disappointment at first ends up being a blessing for you in the long run. A real life example of this that I can give, not making it about me. When I do this to get across energy. That's sometimes how my gift works, and some people misread that. But and look, crows. All right, so a real life example of this is like when I was looking for apartments when I first moved to California. I forget how long ago now, but that was like 2017 or 2018, a long time ago. I really wanted a certain apartment. I didn't get it. And that was really hurtful, but only to find out that what came after was even better. So it had the things I thought I wanted, but more. That's what I'm getting from this for week 2. Some of it may be happening already for some of you, and others of you, it's something that will play out and it's in the works. And a lot of it for a lot of people is about job changes, exciting, positive job changes in the works. So if something felt like you were failing before or rejected or lost or whatever it was, it's going to end up being a blessing in disguise when it does eventually reveal itself in time further. Coming out stronger, something that you can put more of your heart in. Something that you feel is worth more of your time and your energy. And on the next level, a higher level, I'm looking at these birds here. They're higher, they're ascending. Look at this. Okay, going backwards. Week 1, falling. Week 2, raising up. You see that? Both bird imagery representing how things are flying, taking flight or not. So week 2, more flight. 4 of Wands is also a message. It's a turtle, but chilling, relaxing, more peace, feeling like a happier home, whether that's your actual home life or feeling more secure, less worried about what's going on with your home and your home dynamic, or within yourself, you as your own home base. Feeling more at peace, feeling like you can slow down now. Because, when you're worried about a lot and you have anxiety and you're trying to problem solve and all this, you can't sit back and relax. But week 2, you can relax. You're chilling. He's got his drink with him. Also, turtles carry their home with them. So home is what you make it, where your heart is, where you choose it to be. Doesn't have to be tied to a specific place necessarily. You're carrying it with you. This also extends to memories of people, I feel. People that remind you of home, whether that's loved ones that have transitioned over to the great beyond, or people that feel like family to you. I feel like this is a reminder of you being watched over during this time, and this also kind of feels like that too, being watched over and protected in week 2. Week 3, a phone conversation is standing out for week 3. Now that could be talking on the phone, FaceTime, a message, video, whatever it is, because everything's on the phone these days. Many ways to communicate on the phone. A phone conversation is standing out as important to you in week 3. And the flip side of that is a message of source. So, in some cases, this is a reminder that you're the one that is creating your life, right? Or a new life, symbolically speaking. You have that power. And somehow the motivation connected to that new life, the change that is happening, is connected to an important and key phone conversation. I would even extend this to say in some cases this could be a one-sided conversation, like somebody speaking to you but you're not speaking back, like let's say a YouTube video, for example. But there's an element of enlightenment to it that stands out. Also in week 3, this could be more reading the image intuitively. This could be more of a straightforward message. Maybe someone around you that you love is currently in the process of pregnancy. Maybe you're trying for that. Maybe someone close to you is trying for that. Maybe it's you, maybe it's someone else close to you is what I'm saying. So maybe you could also be a source of help or enlightenment for that person, or someone is being that for you if this is more of a if that is more of a actual direct message speaking to you at this time. Or 4 of Cups is on the other side. Sorry about that. 4 of Cups is on the other side. Look deeper is what I'm getting from this. If you are not liking or struggling with your emotions in week 3 during this time, or how things are playing out, what's in front of you, you can look deeper to figure out where the issue is coming from and work from there. Or you can lift your head up and see all of the other things from a whole new angle that you missed, or a combination of both. But the key message for week 3 is look deeper. Look deeper into these emotions. I kind of feel like it's a combination of both, because eventually the head's got to come up, right? So look deeper to figure out what's the issue, figure that out, then lift your head up, and then the answers are likely going to come from another source once you're out of the thick of it. And I feel like it may be connected to that phone conversation vibe, as far as helping you to see or understand from a whole different perspective. And in some cases, this could be someone else close to you that's going through this, and like you're just observing it, or maybe helping or being that support. So that was week 3. Week 4, they feel drawn to you. Flip side of that is evil eye. Now, the energy from this is good, whether they're drawn to you because they're coming from a loving place and you inspire them to make changes in their own life for them, for example, or whether it's coming from a more comparison place, and maybe they don't even realize it, maybe they do realize it, where you're triggering them by reminding them of what they don't have, or what they haven't changed, or what they're missing or lacking, or what have you. Week 4, that's the vibe. Someone, evil eye energy is coming about. Some of this is like the kind of people that they're hating on you on some level, but they still want access to you. They still want access to you. That's what I'm getting from that. You're still drawn to you. And in some cases, maybe it's not like, maybe they're not necessarily hating on you, but they feel like a missed opportunity, and they're comparing their current life to your current life, and where they feel they missed out, or they made a mistake, or should have done this or that differently, that kind of thing. 7 of Pentacles is also coming through for week 4. And in some cases, if this is you, because sometimes it can be you, there's a way to change that energy and make it motivation for you to do better for you and yourself, and reach your goals and get your blessings that are meant for you. What's for them is for them. What's for you is for you. You can't have what they have. Because, yeah. 7 of Pentacles, that's for some cases. In other ways, it's flipped. This is what I think you'll get my meaning. 7 of Pentacles is coming through for week 4 also. Ooh, busy bees. I feel like if business has been a concern, business is picking up, or more clients, or more money flow coming in, because you've been watering and nurturing what you've been planting the right way. Like things are coming together for that in more of a harmonious way. If you're not seeing it yet in week 4, keep going, because eventually they'll get there is what I'm getting from this. But look at all these little smiley little bees. More high vibration. Keep vibing high is what I'm getting from this. So what I'm basically, it's like don't dim your light kind of a thing. Miserable people are going to project energy. You can't let that bring your high vibrations down. You keep going, you keep nurturing, you keep being your authentic self and doing what you do, because you will be rewarded for it if you can live in that and continue in that. Yes, you want to have your protective energy layers and all of that, but you got to work on seeing people for what's really going on with them. If you kind of take whoever you're looking at and see them as their wounded child, inner child, and it may or may not give you a little bit more sympathy or empathy for them. Regardless, it'll make you see it in a way where it's not quite as upsetting to you, because you see it as it's their issue, not yours, right? Hopefully that's making sense. You can choose to keep them around, or not, or take space. That part is on you. But just remember that if you keep dealing with people that keep upsetting you because they're not changing, you are also not changing, because you also are sticking around and expecting something from them that they don't plan to give. So, all right. So that's what I see at this time. If you made it this far, send me a crow or a raven emoji. I think it's the same emoji, but you can have it represent whatever you want. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all the things, and I'll talk to you another time. Bye.